help you?
Yeah, I'm here to see the amazing Mutation creation. I got one of the golden tickets in my candy bar.
Come on in.
All right, Billy, explain to us how freeways work. How does this even go?
Okay, Freeway is the combination of a yellow belly with an asphalt. Now, unfortunately, they're so comparable that it's hard to tell the difference between the two.
Even for an expert like you?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to mislead anybody or sell the wrong animal. I have about a 70% track record of knowing what an asphalt is in the yellow belly. But the ones that I feel most confident that are asphalt have been yellow bellies. So
That sounds like me, but I have a 50% track record, which is basically no track record.
Exactly. So you'll see a lot when people sell them, especially myself if I do sell them. It would be a yellow belly / asphalt, meaning it's one or the other because it came from a freeway.
Gotcha. But when you actually get them both in one snake, you get an actual freeway, which is amazing. So why the name Freeway?
Well, back in the day when we first produced these, it was Todd Constable, and when he bred it and he got this out, he didn't even know what he was breeding to, but he bred a yellow belly to something else that he thought was a yellow belly to make ivories, and one of these things popped out. So for the first 2 years, we were calling them highways as well. And
so these turned out to be darker and
different. And then when more morphs came out, and when the super when that came out, you could definitely see a difference between the two, and then that's why he decided to change the name to Freeway.
So you guys see here is it's like an open road here. We got the lines down the center. We got I guess here in Canada we're driving on the right side, right? Left side goes one way, and but then when you get to the super forms, this is asphalt and
yellow belly.
Asphalt and yellow belly. And this is 2 copies of the asphalt gene. You see how it goes from the dash line to big bands that go down the sides, and it actually boosts the red a lot too. Okay, now we're looking at some combos of the Freeway. We're going to put our original Freeway back here so we can compare to some of these combos. This one's really, really shy, isn't he? You tell him I was coming? Okay. So this is the Freeway mixed with the pastel. And see, it keeps pretty much the same color, modifies a little bit, but you got that bright kind of almost white head, purplish white head, and just the yellow is just insane through the animal.
And then here's one. This is Fire Enchi Freeway.
Wow, the amount of orange that brings in, and just kind of smooths the whole thing as well.
Yeah, and the tones that when this came out, these were really purple, and the contrast between the two, it blew me away.
And nobody's got as many combos, done as much with it as Billy here on this complex.
Now, adding this little guy beside this one here, this here is the Super Enchi Fire Freeway.
So Fire Freeway, Enchi Fire, and then Super Enchi Fire.
And you can tell by the head pattern, the Super Enchi, that always comes out.
Insane. All right, now we're going to look at kind of the truly cutting edge. This is like the bleeding edge of what can be done, and the quality is just insane on these two. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what we're looking at.
This one here, I've been trying to hit for 2 years. Last year I did the Pastel Banana Freeway, and the year before the Super Pastel Banana Freeway. This one here, by far, is my favorite, and it's just the Banana Freeway.
Amazing. Yeah, sometimes when he goes to putting these deep colors in, the pastel lightens it too much, and so you want it without the pastel, and you get the bright oranges and the crazy color. This is like blood. Camera really isn't even showing it right. It's almost like blood red. Simply amazing. And really, it's not that really hard to make, right? If you have a banana yellow belly and an asphalt,
Yep.
you can get it. I mean, the odds are going to be a little steep when you're doing that pairing, but just amazing. Now, what's in this one?
This one here is a super pastel orange dream freeway.
Wow.
It gets more intense. The yellows are turning more into a mustardy, orangier color.
And it contrasts so well with the white on this animal.
And that head.
Yeah. It changes when you put both a copy of the gravel and the yellow belly in it.
Asphalt.
Asphalt. Thank you. See, I'm a gravel guy, so I'm learning these.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to show you guys how much the snakes change when you make it that super form. So these are just asphalt combos.
So
but
for
not
comparison, this here is a super enchy fire asphalt. So that one there is the same animal, except we have yellow belly into this. So yellow belly turns this into that.
And it makes it essentially a super form, or an X-like super form, which is just amazing. It's amazing the difference it makes. Up here in Canada, they have a gene that they have produced, and it's actually compatible with Desert Ghost, but it's brought out of the wild separately, and it's his own little thing, and they're calling it the Enhancer. So Billy's got a great collection of them, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this.
Het Enhancer.
So this is the G-stripe, just het, so it's not showing it the visual at all.
Okay, so
Typical G-stripe, more or less, right?
then you put the Enhancer gene.
Boom, look at that. Now it's golden, bright. So one thing you don't see a lot of, even though they've been around for a while, is the super GHIs. This is pastel super GHI. This is the amount of darkness that super brings in. Even though we see a lot of GHIs, few people are putting, have the adult females are actually making super combos. So it's really cool to see. And this is an amazing hypo combo. This is a GHI lesser ghost. And that gray from the GHI lesser just fits in perfect with the ghost. Makes them look like they're truly kind of translucent looking. So one of the cool things about Billy here at Mutation Creation is that he's got this awesome facility, which we were doing a little walking around, and it's just top notch. And the great thing about it is it's kind of right here in town. It's a place where he can meet a lot of people in the area who are hobbyists or enthusiasts or just customers. And it's a good resource when you can go and it's like a pet store for the people who are really, really serious about ball pythons. And I think a lot of us would love to have one of those in our town. So yesterday at the show, like your table was just like massively crowded.
Yes.
And like afterwards, I mean, everybody knew you. Most people had already been to this facility a few times. That was like kind of the coolest thing. What was your thought process in having this place for people to come?
Well, I wanted to have it because I know that I enjoy having people come over to see the collection, not only to show off the animals, but they have a lot of questions, and I like to show them how I do things. I always say, do what's best for you.
Right. There's not just one way to do it.
There's not just one way. You have choices.
Yeah.
Who knows what's better? I don't preach. You have to do it my way. It's the only way. If you don't do it, then you're not doing it right. You know, I have different stages of and I show them my incubators, eggs hatching, how, you know, why do I leave them in the incubator, while they hatch, you know, and the process of taking them out. Sometimes if they're lucky, I'm actually have eggs that are laying, and I show them my whole process, the pictures of them on the egg, off the egg, weighing the eggs, and all the documentation. As far as
don't you wish you had a place like this to come to when you?
Oh, I would have loved it. Yeah, I mean, trial and error.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of mistakes.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Well, then, you know, if you know you're gonna have success, then you can be a lot more aggressive, I guess, with your purchases, because you feel confident and that you're not gonna have to do it through trial and error necessarily quite as much.
Yeah, and I like to be able to give some of my knowledge. You know, even in going towards a certain direction, like, you know, with animals, and you know, one easy tip is if you're going to buy a male to go with the female, always wait a following year or two, let that female get some size, and then look at the male.
Value of girls.
The value, and the value of that male is probably cheaper the year after. Right. You know, and plus at that time too, guys like yourself or Ozzy will make something crazy, and now that plan that you had, I do that myself. It's like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Now I need this
start
to make
rethink
that.
it at that point, yeah.
Yeah, so
sure.
A lot of times too, that male isn't even in play.
Right. Okay, so one of the genes that really snakes that kind of blew me away when I came here, and it's one of the most simple combos ever, but it just shocked me at how it looked, how different and kind of crazy it looked, is the special leopard. And I put it on my Instagram for all you who've seen it already. This thing's so cool, but it's because it's so kind of an unexpected result. Whenever I see unexpected results, I think this could be something different. This could be taken and moved into something new that we haven't seen yet. This animal is super cool. Check it out. Look how crazy the pattern is on this. Just wild. And the belly, just super, super checkered. What pairing made these, Billy?
This one here, let me get the card. This was a pastel special that I produced back in 2011 to just a pastel leopard.
Super simple. Amazing. The pattern is just so jagged in the back of the head there, even the top of the head. Amazing. I would never have guessed it. I would have thought that, okay, it's a special leopard. Oh yeah, it's a little bit brighter leopard. But the pattern change to me is really shocking. Amazing.
And with most of my special stuff, the color stays as into the adulthood.
Sure.
And
it's a good little enhancer gene. Even if you keep it out of the crystal.
Correct.
You can actually make whatever you're making look better with the special gene. It's a great gene that I think has been somewhat limited by the fact the crystal exists.
Correct.
Right? If it didn't, then we would see a lot of other stuff with it that hopefully we'll see in the future. So cool.